Hello, everyone, and welcome. What up? What up?
What's up, everyone?
Hey, hey.
How's it going this evening? We pull up the hype soundboards and whatnot, to kind of get the real flow going here. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. Welcome to the next session of the Murkmire, Unveiling the Shadows, episode 6. Certainly doesn't feel like 6. Feels like we packed a lot of stuff in here. Short days, but a lot of things been going on. So yeah, kind of a nice flow, to be honest.
For sure.
If you're unfamiliar, this game is sort of to put lightly, a 1900s sort of themed horror mystery campaign setting. It's in the swamplands of the continent of Numestria in our homebrew world of Konu, known as the Murkmire. Just a bit about ourselves. We are the Mortal Woes. We're an inclusive DTRPG community, and we inspire all to learn, create, and play. So, if you are interested in playing the game or learning or want to be a DM, need help just getting started on creating your own assets or things for in-person games, we're a great community and have a lot of years of experience and willingness to help everyone who wishes to participate in that sort of thing. You can find our links below, join our Discord, and if you're end up enjoying the show, please don't forget to follow. We greatly appreciate it. I have dogs. Surprise. That is the Hellhound rising up from the shadows.
And I have a child that is keeps trying to get in. Keeps trying to get in.
Quick shout out to the artist from Artlist.io. It is a subscription base, but I use a ton of music from their site and appreciate all the artists that provide their works so I can have these excellent soundscapes and things for the games to help bring in a sort of ambient element. Let's go around the table here. For starters, I am Spio, and I will be your dungeon master this evening. And not to toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot my own horn. Yeah. And if you're viewing the stream here, let's go Marlon, Harris, and Victor. Go ahead and go through here to make it easy.
Well, I'm Chad, and I will be playing Marlon Bishop.
Yeah.
And my name is Brad or Okaiwa, and tonight I will be playing Harrison Softstep again.
Oh, they keep cheering for Chad every time. I can't control that.
And what's up, guys? I'm Life, and I will be playing Victor Whitefeather.
Yeah.
Put my drill up. No, here, give it to me. Y'all are
Right?
face. Get out of here.
No. You guys can go check Life out over at Life Gaming Network.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Life's awesome. You should do that.
For sure.
If you have a link for your Discord, feel free to plug it. You should be able to. All right.
Oh, shit.
just get into the flow.
Just reading a message from Mercy real quick, and then I'll jump into the intro or recap. All right. Just need to be a little quick. Easy peasy. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this. See if I can read. All right. Last session, Harrison and Victor flee Norgathar's apartment after getting into a gunfight with Lucian and a couple of his henchmen. After defeating the henchmen and Lucian escaping, they found a curious note, coin purse, a handgun, and an ominous statue. It's unsettling to Harrison for sure. Shortly after, a gunshot was heard just outside of the building. Upon closer inspection, Victor and Harrison saw that it was Lucian, dead in the street with a bullet in his head. And as the crowd began to look around, a few eyes turned and focused towards the conspicuous handgun. And at that point, Victor and Harrison promptly took their leave before more people noticed. Rowan, on the other side of town, began to approach the hospital entrance before reconsidering and taking his leave back to Bishop Square. It wasn't but minutes later before a mysterious figure walked through the door. The group quickly realized it was Honorius, returning from the swamps, as his clothes were covered in dirt and mud, and a few twigs poking through some of the holes in his sleeves. Harrison and Victor began to reveal their findings to the team, and Victor, traveling across town with an unattended gunshot wound, lost a little bit more blood than he realized. As everyone noticed that he was becoming more pale and clammy, they started to escort him downstairs. And during the ride down the elevator is when Victor went into hypotensive shock. And that is what started a skill challenge in order to stabilize Victor. And to the party's surprise, not only did they need to stop the bleeding and replenish his lost fluids, but an unknown entity began to emerge from within Victor, attempting to claim him. After quick thinking and steadfast teamwork, the party was able to prevent Victor from losing control to this dark creature and stabilize him in the process. Victor then drifted off into a nightmare, where he was being chased through the woods, and people getting picked off one by one from the shadowy figure that has been hunting him. Victor, you continue to run, and you notice as you look down, as you're traveling through this dark, heavily saturated gray forest, you notice that bits and pieces of the trees and the dirt path that you're running on are almost like they're peeling away. You see bits of bark kind of like coil up the tree before it lifts off and starts floating into the air like ember or ash. ascending in the air instead of falling. As you continue to run, you notice that the vines begin to stretch out into the path, and one after one, they begin to reach out for your feet to try to latch onto you. You jump over 2 or 3. One trips you up, but you keep running, and then the next one fully wraps completely around your mechanical ankle, and you fall to the ground, and as you fall, you almost like directly hit your face, but just in the nick of time, like slam the ground with your hands right next to your head, and the forest disappears, and you're face to face with a hard wooden floor.
What the fuck? I'll get up, make my way to the sink, splash some water on my face, and see if anyone else is awake.
Before you get to the sink, you look up and you see a figure standing at the sink. It's a female. Their back turned to you, and it looks like their hands are sort of just resting on this large tub-like sink. And you just you begin to hear sobbing.
Excuse me. Who are you? Are you okay?
It's okay. I know you didn't mean to.
What what are you talking about?
I know it wasn't you.
Mom?
You would never kill us, would you, Victor?
Mom, it wasn't me. I promise.
You see her turn her head, but you don't recognize any facial features. And the neck kind of turns, like cocks a little bit to the right, but it's almost like it's moving back and forth so fast that you see like multiples of it. It's like a blur when it's moving so fast, kind of like contorting at the speed of light. And as that happens, after a few head nudges, she like basically teleports across the room in 3 different places before stopping. So you see her like vanish in a blur, just instantly goes over to the dining table, disappears, and appears at the window looking out. And like 2 seconds later, after she appears over at the window looking outside, you see one of the chairs at the table slides out 2 feet on its own. You hear the wood of the legs of the chair kind of scratch against the wooden floor.
I'll take a seat in the chair. It wasn't me. no, it couldn't have been me.
That's what I keep telling him, but he won't listen.
Who are you? Telling who?
Your father. And she turns around from where she's standing at, and instead of a face, you just see like an elongated blur.
I promise, I won't give up till I find the monster that did this. I think at this point I'm just staring down at my hands.
You don't have to look very far. As you immediately hear that, like almost directly in your ear, as this like dark, shadowy hand like comes across to grab you over the mouth and starts. You feel a sharp pain stabbing in your left arm, and you kind of like fight to look up and look back, and you just see the shadowy figure continuously stabbing you in your arm. And at that point, you wake up, you're sweating, and your arm feels like it's burning.
I assume that he's now awake, still lying on the table where we operated him.
Yeah, so I would say that you guys can kind of decide this for yourselves if you'd like. I was just gonna say, like, you guys had performed all of that from last session, and probably, like, where would you guys have put Victor? I guess after stabilizing him, would you just put him on like the couch that's right next to the table that you guys use as the operating table, or would you have taken him to his bunk?
I feel like we would have taken him to his bunk.
Okay. Yeah, I can go along with that.
All right.
So I hear that. I don't know where Harrison is, but I feel like I kind of crashed out on the couch right next to the operating table.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have probably been sleeping in one of the top bunks. So hearing that, I also wake up and look around.
You said you were on a bunk, Harrison?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you look over and you see Victor kind of flailing a little bit and like drenched in sweat, wakes up in a panic. Like his yelling wakes you up, and you look over and you see him kind of sit up a bit. And Marlon, yeah, you would definitely be able to hear it. Was the I'd say the bed bay is, you know, adjacent to the room in the basement. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sit up and I'll go. Victor, don't get up yet. Wait, hold up. Let me. And I'll run over to him. What happened? How do you feel? What's going on?
It's nothing. Just a bad dream. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you.
Don't worry about that. How are you feeling? You're awake again. You're sitting upright. That's better than you were doing a few hours ago, at least. Can I get you some water? Can I get you anything? You still look rough.
I think
As you look,
Marlon kind of swings in. I think about right at that time in the conversation, Marlon kind of swings in on the door frame. Oh, he's up.
as you look, he's kind of tending to his arm more than his stomach. Just continuously checking to see if he's actually bleeding, is what it seems like.
What, if any, like, what is the clothing that Victor has, like, for his upper body? It's just like a tank top. Do you have like long sleeve nightgown, or are you just wearing what you were wearing before all this happened? Because no one.
I doubt anyone changed my clothes. So I'm probably still wearing what I was wearing before.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of look over and you notice that the bandage on your hand where you were stabbed and had the injection, it's pretty saturated. Immediately over the wound, there's just black stains coming through the bandage. I say as you like pull out your arm from one of the sleeves, you look over and it looks like a snake or maybe a centipede or something is crawling underneath your skin inside of your arm.
We both see this as well, me and Marlon.
Anyone got a knife?
Yeah, I was about to ask if you need anything.
I'll say at this point it is excruciating.
Ooh,
a knife.
a knife?
Hurry up and get me a goddamn knife.
Oh shit! And I run back into like the room where we were operating on him. If everything's in my mind like I think it is, and I'll grab a knife and I'll head back into him. Well, what are you? Before I hand it to him, what are you about to do? What's going on?
As you enter the room and I see you, I lunge to try and snatch the knife out of your hand.
Oh wait, hold on, Victor. Calm down. I don't know if you know what just happened to the rest of us trying to save you, but what do you need a knife for? What do you?
In my skin. I need it out. Just give me the knife.
Another intense shooting pain through your arm.
I look at Harrison. What's Harrison's expression like?
I am looking extremely shocked, trying to process this whole situation right after we had this surgery for Victor. Do I see the thing crawling through his arm as well?
Yeah, you can see it. It's like going, like spiraling, like from his shoulder down to his wrist.
Okay, so there's actually something. Okay.
As it's crawling through it, it feels like it's just like shredding the muscle fibers as it ascends down to your wrist. I'm gonna have you take 1 point of damage at this time.
I say we give him the
Ooh,
knife.
not that much.
I
It's a little
mean,
more than one.
Yeah. I typed in 1 instead of 1 less than his current HP.
just instantly down again. Oh no!
All right, here. And I'll hand it to Life, and I'll like get after I see Harrison like freaking out, and then I see him clock whatever's going on. I'll hand Life the knife, or Victor the knife. Okay. And I'll run back in to grab like bandages and disinfectants and stuff like that I think we might need.
I'll help him with that. As he's running there, I'll run after him and I'll also grab it. Just in case.
All right, and what's Victor do?
I ripped the pillowcase off of my pillow, wad it up into like a ball to bite onto, and find a point right above any vital points in my forearm. And I'll try and stab into where this entity seems to be crawling.
Make an attack roll for me.
If I can remember how to use my character sheet for a second.
A 12. I'm going to say for the purpose of this, a 12 hits. Plunge the blade like in the middle of your forearm. You hear like this gnarly screech from underneath the layer of your skin, and you see it like what would be that you would imagine as the tail kind of lashing back and forth, and you can feel the grinding of these sort of blade-like legs going back and forth in your forearm. And as you pull the blade out, you notice that the creature inside goes limp just for a second before rapidly shooting down to the top of your hand, and you just see black fluid begin to just abnormally pour out of your hand. It's almost like, it looks like gallons of tarry sludge just is bursting out of your hand and forming into a puddle on the ground next to you.
I feel like during this time, me and Marlin would have ran back into the room and we would be seeing this.
Yeah, you guys round the corner and immediately are seeing this.
What is going on? Oh, I run over to him and I'll grab some of the bandages and I'll try to like I'll try and stop the fluid from coming out, I guess. I'll hold it to his hand and I'll look at Victor and I'll go, "What is this? What is going on?"
I don't know. It's not blood, though. Don't worry. Even though my arm is still bleeding from the knife being plunged into it.
Yeah, as you get up to Victor, you notice that the fluid stops. And from this black, like, ichory pool on the ground, it looks like there are, like, hands or arms, like, stretching up. As they, like, reach up, they fold over forward, almost as if somebody's, like, trying to escape. Like from a tar pool or something, and the sound that you hear just sounds like wheezing, just like a heavy exhale and a high-pitched sort of squeal. I don't know if I can really get that off, but
Okay, do I hear? Oh, if I'm hearing this and seeing this too, does this remind me of what I have to deal with Rowan? Does this remind me of Rowan, or is this something different?
It's different, but also similar, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is what you see. Sort of.
Oh.
It's only like
This
about up to your guys' knees, but you just see it sliding across the floor and like arms like come in and out of this pool and like reach out to grab the floor to like pull itself forward.
Yeah, as I see that, I jump back with like almost like a yelping sound. I am very scared.
shit. I think Marlon bolts out and gets the concoction that we use to um like try to seal in Rowan whenever he's having his fits. And I'll come back in with a little bit, like a small glass of it, and I just like chuck it in its face if there's that much time available to do that.
While he's doing that, I'm just readying. I'm just holding my dagger out in front of me, readying like this, waiting to see if it strikes or does anything. The moment it does, I guess I will attack it if it does happen.
Okay. And I'm sorry, Marlon, what were you saying that you were throwing at him?
I'm throwing at him the concoction that like we used to go around the door when Rowan's having his panic attacks, and also it's very similar to the concoction that he injects himself with. But I feel like if you allow, if we have some made up, like a little vial of it or something,
Okay.
I run in and I throw it on it or throw the vial at it. Yeah.
How much feet can you cover at a time?
I think it's 30. Pretty sure. Don't have my character sheet pulled up. Oh, I can do it in video. I'm almost paused.
Don't quite have your cunning action yet, correct?
Marlon. It is. Where is the movement? Um, 30 feet. Yeah, sorry. 30 feet walk speed.
Okay. All right, let's see. Yeah. I'll say you'd be able to have time to run to the table and grab one of the concoctions since it's just around the outside. It's only about 15 feet away or so. So as you run out to do that, make an investigation check, I guess, to try to find one real quick.
Okay. Investigation. Did it roll?
Not yet.
Oh, there it is.
A 9.
I think I'm
You run over to the
Lagging
table.
pretty bad.
Okay. I haven't reset my BTT in a while too, so that might not be helping either.
What I roll?
You roll a 9.
Oh, 9?
Yep. I'm actually gonna
Okay.
reset BTT real quick, guys.
Okay.
So mine is reset now. So you should, if you guys want, you can just do F5 real quick. Should be good to go.
On it. After this quite
F5.
an eventful night we're having, if this is
Hmm.
all like in one night, dang, what are we doing, guys?
What's going on here?
All right.
You said I did find. You said I did find the vial. If not, I would have grabbed my pistol probably.
Okay. I'll say you run by and you run directly towards where the vials are normally placed. They're usually like right on the end, just
Mm-hmm.
to have them there for whenever Rowan has his deal. And you don't see any there. You see a couple on the ground on the floor that looks like they were knocked over in the event of stabilizing Victor from earlier. You see like random stray
Yeah.
bottles of things on the floor, some papers, just random things knocked over, and you see 2 of the vials that you guys normally use for Rowan stuff, and they're on the ground shattered, and the fluid's just on the floor.
Oh shit. Yeah, and I'll go towards my. I'll go to my. I feel like I have a coat rack that has a hat, has my leather jacket, and has. Well, I think I already have my pistol on me, but maybe I grab my rifle off of that rack and I'll run back in there, chamber around, and I'll try to just shoot it.
Okay. Yeah, for the ease of everything, I'll say that you're able to like grab your equipment. You know, you guys look over your left and right. You know, Victor, you got your old trusty handgun underneath your pillow. You know, never go without it. Harrison, you know, you look over at the table next to your bed, grab your deck of cards, and you notice in like your coat pocket, you know, you had this new pistol that you acquired but haven't grabbed any ammunition for it, so you just haven't had any time.
Yeah.
And at this point, let us roll initiative.
Oh God. Okay.
Let us.
Let us.
Just the 3 of us.
Let us.
We can make it if we try.
I'm still trying to load in. I'm still trying to load in the foundry.
Okay.
If you want to roll my initiative for me, Ethan, or whatever.
I would have jumped back around DM if you'll allow it. I would have, seeing that thing starting to rise up, I think I would have jumped back like around here-ish.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can. I didn't make the sleeping bay, so we'll say everyone kind of like ran out of the room for a second. You know, try to get away from this thing like just after it had exited Victor's body. You guys are like scrambling to try to prepare yourselves and get your equipment that's out here where it normally is.
Yeah.
So, Victor, you can kind of put yourself, you know, like 30 feet away from this globe wherever you want, because this is kind of like the entrance to the sleeping bay. And I'll say the creature's like coming out of the doorway now.
Right. I rolled like poop on my initiative. I don't like this.
It's funny because you got the best initiative out of all of us.
Stop. I've had 2 combats so far, and I've rolled ass on both of my initiative rolls.
Mm.
So DM, quick question.
Okay.
Since I said like I was holding out my dagger, and if it did anything, I was going to strike. Would that mean that I'd get like 1 attack off before my turn starts? If it does try to lunge at me?
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Marlon, let us know when you get in.
Will do.
Sir. Just
I'm trying to
monster.
reload.
I gave myself an extra 2 damage for stabbing myself through the arm, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Casually.
I won't argue with me.
Figured it'd make a little sense, you know.
Yeah.
Fair.
Ooh, now we can play some fight music.
Alright.
Mm.
All right. Oh, actually, Harrison.
Yeah.
You're up. What would you like to do? As this thing is, you just see Ikitar-like sledge reaching up with these like gnarled hands, like comes up out of this pool on the ground, reaches forward. The hand, you can hear like this wet, gooey, sticky hand slap on the surface of the floor as it's dragging itself forward. And it begins crawling towards you.
Okay. So I have my dagger, I have my cards, and I have a pistol with no ammunition.
Pistol whip it.
Okay. I can't believe that I'm doing this. So I think what I'll do is, seeing that it's slowly crawling towards me, I will grab into like the... I guess I'll grab 2 cards from that pack, and I'll back away. How many feet can I move? Yeah, I'll say I'll back away 15 feet while pulling out those cards. I'll look at these cards and I'll go, I can't believe that I'm finally getting to use these. And I will chuck 2 of my weighted cards towards this monster.
Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
Yep. So weighted card. Do this and then attack. So the first one is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
So that is 6 slashing damage, as one of those cards will probably... I'll throw it in like one of those twirling motions. And that weighted card, these are cards made of like... I guess they would be made of some sort of metal that have been sharpened at the edges. And one of them will soar past whatever this thing is. As I'll try and shake a chunk out of it.
Yeah, as the card goes flying across the room. And you see like one of the limbs that grows up from the pool to reach out, gets sliced off and falls directly in front of it.
And right after that, I will do a little spin after I've thrown it, and I'll chuck another one.
Okay.
That's my bonus action. So that is a 10 to hit.
10 does not hit, unfortunately.
Oof.
As the first card lands true, the second one goes just a little bit high, and you guys hear as this metal card sticks into the stone wall behind the creature.
Yeah, and for my final 10 feet of movement, I will make my way around the I guess the table that Victor is at, and I'll kind of move out in front of him to kind of protect him since he's already looking a bit hurt.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Alright, now we will begin combat with the creature up. As essentially this like low audible wheezing moan it lets out, high-pitched squeal that echoes throughout this room, and in an instant you see in a blur flies up towards you, like crawls on the ground at a very rapid pace and like lunges up towards you. And you see this Tari, the pointed fingered hand reaches up to try to claw into you. Hello, Claw.
Alright.
It rolls a 17.
That hits me.
So you take 23 points of damage.
I am knocked to the floor instantly.
I rolled 2 6s, a 5, and a 3. Wow.
If I may, I imagine that this thing lunges at me and just rakes me across my chest, and you just watch as I fall over backwards, like over the table, gasping.
You
With
guys,
this massive wound on my chest.
You guys see the creature's hand as it's lunging up towards Harrison, and the fingers just penetrate and go completely through, and you guys can now see these claws coming out the back of Harrison's chest. And he looks down, and he just coughs up a bunch of blood, and
Guys?
Additionally, since you can't make a strength saving throw at this time, you guys see the creature like reaches up and begins to pull down on Harrison, and they both disappear underneath the floor.
Huh?
What?
Guys? I thought we were gonna have a talking session. I wasn't prepared for this. I don't like this.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
One hit. I should have moved back more.
Hey,
I should have let you get hit.
remember, guys, cover provides extra AC. Try to think of stuff. Avoid getting hit. Also, I rolled pretty high, so
Yeah, you did.
this is
I
just,
saw those dice and I was like, yeah, yo.
All right, Marlon, you see Harrison get impaled and then descends through the floor as if he were a spirit himself with this creature. And like a moment after the creature pulls him underneath the surface, rises back up, you just see it slowly ascending.
Do I see Harrison?
You do not see Harrison.
Slowly ascending back up out of the ground?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you'd see like a
Do
ghost
I
come through a
have-
wall. It just slowly comes up through the floor.
I think I have my pistol on me, and what we talked about earlier. Did I make it over to get my rifle, or do I just have my pistol on my hip?
Yeah, I was
And,
saying
like,
you guys
was
can
looking
you guys
at-
can have your equipment.
Okay. Well, if I can, the broken vials on the ground of the stuff that we usually use, creatures such as this. Is there like any of it left on the ground from the broken vials?
Yeah, as you look down, you'd see like there's some of it left as like the vials. You know,
Like,
a couple of them are sort of intact, but the glass is broken, so definitely some fluid has
Right.
come out. But like on the just bottom layer, kind of like sitting in it.
okay. So I was about to just take a shot. Like, I feel like I had my pistol up or ready to take a shot at the creature when this happened, and then they disappeared. And I just kind of look at Victor like, what the hell just happened? And oh shit, and I dump the rounds out of the cylinder of my revolver, and I dip them all in this concoction that's spilled on the floor, and I'm putting them back into my cylinder when I start to see the creature resurface, and I immediately drawn and fire
Okay.
as he's ascending. I'm having trouble with Foundry and trying to find how I can get to my character's attacks and stuff.
Can you click your token?
That's what I've been trying to do.
Oh, is the
Double
utility
click
belt
my
not showing up?
Try pressing C.
Yeah, I guess it's not. Yeah, you can double click your token or press C.
Or press C.
Yeah.
Okay, C worked. Now, how do I get to my attacks on this page?
So on the right side, there's a list of vertical tabs, and you should be able to either go to probably your inventory to find your items to attack that way.
Inventory.
Which is the backpack image, the second one down below the gear.
Close the gear. Okay, I see shoot. I see special traits. I'm gonna have to learn how to
So,
do this.
so look on the very right side of your page. You see the vertical tabs on the right side of your character sheet.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, the second one down
Gotcha.
is a backpack, and if you hover it, it says inventory.
Gotcha.
You should have access
Okay.
to your pistols and musket.
Okay, pistol. And how do I use it? Just double click on it, or?
So if you just click on the image, it pops up in the chat, and then you can go over to the chat and click attack.
Got you. And I will use the -5 +10 sharpshooter.
Okay.
I clicked attack. I feel like it should roll.
Please hit.
Yeah, when you click attack, it prompts you to roll with advantage, normal, or disadvantage.
Yeah, maybe my internet's just suffering this bad.
I don't want
I doubt it.
I don't know a new character yet, guys.
Oh, lost connection. Trying to reset. Would you be okay with me doing it off my phone, Ethan?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That's what I'll do it then. Alright, so pistol. I rolled with a -5. Oh god. Yeah, I'm not gonna hit. I rolled a 13 -5, so an 8, I guess.
An
8 to hit.
does not hit. Your bullet goes
Mhm.
flying past it into the bookcases.
Alrighty. And that will be
Yep.
yeah, that's my turn, man.
Shot busts off. Goes wide. You want to use any movement? Perhaps.
Yeah,
away.
I guess I will I'll scoot back and kneel down if I have the movement. Let's see. I should have it. Plenty. I was thinking about like coming on this the other side of this table,
Okay.
like hip checking the chair out of the way and like perching the handgun up on the table to take another steadier shot, probably.
The alchemy table or like the center table?
The centered table.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely enough space.
I'm going with 20 days.
All right. Harrison, please make a death saving throw for me. If you would like,
Oh
you
my
can make it private.
my.
How am I able to do that?
So underneath the chat section, if you go down to the bottom, above in the dice tray, you see where it says you, Harrison, and then public role. That drop down menu, you can change to private.
Private GM role?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll
What-
roll it. Um,
Oh, I got pictures.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Do any of us know where Harrison is? Gosh.
I don't even
You
know
do
where
not.
I am right now.
All you know is that he was pulled underground, and you know the last point of where he was.
Hey, you know, when I said I wanted to have a fun role-playing session, I wasn't talking about this because I'm about to cry.
Victor.
I don't want this.
I'm a lot closer to this thing than I feel comfortable with.
Oh, you think?
It only has the potential to hit really hard. It doesn't always.
A little bit, you
you-
know.
To be fair, 2d6 plus 3 would knock me. 4d6 plus 3 will guaranteed knock me.
I didn't get a chance, brother. I just got folded.
You think it wasn't a crit?
Yeah.
Or just been instant death?
I just would have flopped. You know those Gmod ragdolls? I would have just been flung across the room.
All right, Victor. What are you doing?
I start smashing on my leg to try and get it to start working again. The gears start to whirl up, some steam and heat start producing from the leg. And we'll jump back 20 feet. Take a knee real quick to lock in for my rifle.
Okay.
And this will be at the -5, but with advantage thanks to Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
Internet should be getting a lot better now.
Right.
A 23.
That's gonna hit.
Heck yeah.
For 27 damage.
Holy.
Jesus.
That's what's up.
And then I have 40 feet of movement left. I'm gonna use that to get to the other side of the room from this thing. Merlin, stay away from it.
Yeah. Victor jets around the room, gets to the corner there, takes the knee to shoot true. And with a bust off shot here, not only the bullet, but after you shoot it, Victor, it's almost like you go into bullet time. Like the camera angle goes from behind the creature and you see the bullet coming in slow motion towards the creature itself. And just as it's about to hit, you see like this cone of energy coming off of it as the additional force damage begins to spiral around the bullet itself and like just punches a huge hole, and this black inky goo goes splattering like all over the globe and the door behind it as the creature kind of like splits off into 3 pieces, and you see that the large chunks kind of just sort of burn through the floor a little bit where it's at. And after that happens, you guys can see one of Harrison's hands kind of like poking through the soil of where the ground was torn away. And then you see the creature kind of just writhing and squealing. But it looks like you destroyed a huge mass of it, and it's looking pretty hurt.
So you rolled what? You rolled a 12 on your 1d12,
Yeah.
and then you added Zephyr Strike, right? 1d8.
I didn't even add the damage. I thought Zephyr Strike was just advantage.
No,
No.
that's extra 1d8 force damage.
That's what I was looking at. You did Sharpshooter plus 17 for 27, but you didn't add the 1d8 force damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, dude.
Oh man.
Oh my
Just
god.
max.
It is an
Everything
even
max.
smaller creature at this point.
Hey, guys, a little help here, please.
All right.
God, I wish I was there to see that amazing shot.
That was awesome.
Instead of being dragged into the void.
30. What would that have been? 37. Well,
It would have been like, yeah. So how much damage did you do?
35 damage is level 2 character in one
Oh
shot.
my god, dude! What is your build? What is what is Victor cooking up? My god.
Who says Rangers are the worst?
Oh, actually, I forgot to add that.
Legit.
Okay. And you guys like hear the elevator like coming down during all of this, and you turn around and see a Norway.
Forget I can just imagine. Imagine the Norris turning around.
He goes back up.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Actually, he just like starts pulling the lever to just go back up. Nope, not doing this today.
That would be such an Honora's moment, though. Let's be real.
The creature screams out again, echoes throughout the chamber. It's almost ear piercing, and abnormally charges forward. I'm gonna say because you're behind some cover here, will give you +2 to your AC as it's like reaching over for you. Hit him with the old claw. And you dodge out of the way as you're like tucked behind this couch, taking aim, it just almost appears like in your face, and you can hear like and as this hand reaches out for you, you like duck down and kind of like do a little barrel roll and go like to the other edge of the couch real quick and dodge just out of the way as half of the couch basically gets destroyed into shambles as the hand comes down and easily cuts through it like a hot knife through butter. Marlon, it's your turn. What would you like to do? Makes a mad dash over behind there. And as you try to run out, it will make an attempt to slash at you.
Kill them.
Nice.
Kill them all.
Oh
No.
my god. Guys.
Oh no.
Um.
Well,
Oh my god.
oh. Oh.
Thankfully, that was a lot of ones.
I don't think it matters.
I mean, if it was a lot higher, it could have mattered.
you guys see Marlon turns to try to make a run for it. And the hand, like this limb that comes out of the inky black pool stretches out farther than you would imagine. Almost like three tar-like spears come lunging forward and hit you square in the back and like horizontally across your back, so like pierces both lungs. Victor, from across the room, you can see Marlon's blood like soaked over these tar spears, kind of dripping off as it yanks it out. Marlon just kind of like and falls over unconscious. Harrison,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
please make a death save for me.
I don't think I want to. Okay.
Man, on my screen it was almost a 1. Like
On my
the
screen
dice
as well.
is rolling.
And oh my god. Yeah.
And Victor, from
Those
across
dice
the
keep
room, you
moving.
see Harrison's fingers twitch a little bit, like coming up from the soil. Which now brings us to your turn.
I meant to ask this before the whole thing. Did we get a long rest prior to this whole thing, or
Yeah, I would say that it's late enough. You guys have slept long enough for sure. To just be like early next morning when this is all going down, like after when you guys wake up. Victor, of course, you've had a recent traumatic experience, so you're a little bit worse for wear. That doesn't affect your long rest, though.
yeah?
Not currently a game mechanic we've talked about yet. So.
Main reason I asked was more due to spell slots.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're good.
I told him to stay away. At this point, my leg is burning red hot, almost molten metal, as I gear it up as high as I can, and will use my second charge of Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
Big money, no whammy.
Brother, please shoot this thing to Kingdom Come.
Brother, please.
Just get him. Just. Please.
Was that a
Does-
a
No,
minus
I didn't.
5?
I didn't call the -5, so
Okay. So a 14 will hit.
Oh. My god.
Go ahead and roll your damage plus your 1d8 force damage. Okay. Oh, well, plus 5 still.
it's 11 total.
As it's retracting the tar-like spears from Marlin's body, it turns and looks at you, and it looks like it's about to do that shifting charge where it's sporadically phasing in and out of the plane, dashing towards you, looks in your direction, and you activate your leg with Zephyr Strike and take aim. What does it look like when you destroy this creature?
I'd say it's a dash as quickly as I can behind the alchemy table, resting up my spear, or rather my rifle on the table, and aim center mass and try and obliterate this thing.
And you absolutely do. You can see like the wind from the bullet trail kind of blowing some of Marlin's clothes as it hovers, like goes directly over him, clashes into this creature, and is just splattered into hundreds of pieces. Like on the coffee table and the chair here, you see the remnants of the creature. Sort of, some of them just slowly fade in and out and dissolve like an ash, and then some of them begin to like burn through the material like acid. And you see no sign of the creature remaining. However, we are going to stay in initiative order. Do you have any movement left?
Let me measure it, because I think I do. That would have been 40. I have 20.
Okay.
So I'll rush over. Nope, just out of range for that. So I'll rush over to Marlin. Honora's, get to Harrison. He's under there. And I'll point out to Honora's where Harrison is.
Okay. So, does Honora's have any movement things? Standing leap. Your long jump is up to 25. Yeah, just out of range. Or actually, does the leap? You still have to have movement equal to the distance that you're trying to jump.
Acrobatics check to see if he can push that little extra.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Excuse me. A 9. I kind of want to involve that too to kind of help. I feel like that makes sense.
That's it.
So you guys see Honores takes off and like leaps off of this table. I don't know. Mercy, you can tell me if this sounds about right, but I imagine Honores is running, and as he's like leaping off of this table, he like puts both of his thumbs underneath his suspenders as he leaps off and lands next to Harrison's like twitching fingers, as it looks like Harrison is completely buried underneath the ground here.
You
And
see like the hands like going like this, like
yeah. Marlon, go ahead and make a death save.
Got it.
That is one success. Harrison, go ahead and make another death save, but with advantage, as Honores is like scrambling to pull the dirt aside to try to pull you out, digging frantically to, try to get your head to emerge above this dirt tomb that you're currently in. Well, good thing. Good thing you had advantage, my dude. Let's see. Where are we at with yours? I'm pretty sure I know where we're at with those, but where are the?
guys, please.
Victor.
I'll take my coat off, kind of try and use it to staunch some of the bleeding. Marlon, wake up! And I'm just trying as much as I can to stop the bleeding.
Okay. Actually, would you like to perform a medicine check? Or would you like, are you trying to give the help action for the roll?
Let me ask, Chad, are you comfortable with me taking the reins, or would you like advantage instead?
Yeah, you do whatever you want to do, buddy.
All right.
I'm cool with whatever.
I think I'll try and give him a medicine check.
Okay. Do it.
We're at 18.
Yeah, you kind of lay him on his side, turn him over. You see that the wounds were through and through, front in and front out, just like you thought they were. You immediately begin to cover both sides to stop the bleeding. You even take like a bandage off from yourself from earlier. You can like tightly wrap it around his chest, and you look on the ground and you notice there were some things, there's things scattered all over the floor, and you see like the casing for a fountain pen or some kind of old like metal cased pin. You like unscrew it, rip out the innards, and stab it into his chest to release the air, since both of his lungs were punctured, to help treat his pneumo. And
What the fuck did happen to me then?
Marlon, you slowly regain consciousness, still breathing pretty heavy. But and you see Victor kind of like holding you up, trying to stabilize you the best he can. But you kind of like fade back out after seeing all this. Currently unconscious but stabilized.
Yeah, I think he seems like just gasping for air, and then his eyes kind of like dart around, looking for the thing, and then just kind of looks at you for a second, and then just kind of like drifts back out.
Yes, I got the cleaner.
Which brings us to Honores. I think Honores is gonna do.
No, there's food.
Does it make sense to do? Yeah, I was thinking about doing the medicine check, but then I was also thinking that he's buried in the ground. So, is it better or make more sense to try to heal or to pull him out? I think we'll do the medicine check. So you can at least see his head doing whatever you can. I think it'd be kind of tricky pulling him out on your own. Oh, here. You're visible again. All right. Harrison. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 6, and Honores is trying to help you medically in any way, but just scrambling between, like getting access to your body to actually
Do anything.
perform any sort of medical treatment to help stabilize you, but you're still like halfway buried underneath the ground, just having difficulty. Marlon, you're good. Harrison, I need you to make a death save for me.
Nat 20.
If that
Nat
happens,
20.
I hope it happens. I'm
Nat
going
20.
to make this roll public because this
Nat
is
20.
a very important one.
Do you what are we at right now?
We are currently at 1 success and 2 failures.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So
Nat 20.
let's see. Let me open my character. Let me make this public.
Nat 20.
Or normal roll, right?
It would be a normal roll because Honores tried to perform a medicine
help
check
here.
instead of doing
Yeah.
the help action.
All right, here goes.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Not bad. That's good. That's good.
2 and 2.
Die.
Just barely
So-
hanging on. Honores is scattering the dirt and reveals your face. So you're like no longer suffocating at this point, as he's dug deep enough, starts like pushing the dirt from your ears and your face, and now your like nose and mouth are just exposed, like at least up above the solid ground.
Yeah.
Victor,
Immediately seeing that Marlon is stable and not knocking on death's door, so to speak, rush over and start trying to help Harrison get out of his premature grave.
Okay. So you just give him the help action.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're giving Harrison the help action. And then Honores, since you're already getting the help action, try to perform a medicine check again. Now that he can actually see the head and face and, has a little bit of access to some sort of airway here. Oh, man. Why do my rolls suck for you guys? Wait, a 10 is... Oh, that means it's stabilized. Bear with me for just a second. You can use your action to administer first aid to an unconscious creature and attempt to stabilize it, which requires a successful DC 10 Wisdom Medicine check. Stable creature does not make death saves, even though it has 0 hit points, but it does remain unconscious. So, at this point, Victor rushes over, and Honores begin to clear the area at a rapid pace and pull Harrison out. Honores looks over Harrison, kind of like opens his mouth a little bit, turns him over, kind of like knocks some of the dirt and dust that's caught in there, and you see him kind of like feel around your lymph nodes and like pushes in and kind of like pushes in his knuckles and twists a little bit. And you guys see Harrison, back blows. There you go. And Harrison begins to cough. Dirt begins to just like come up. And he kind of lays him back down, and you guys see Harrison chest rising and falling, and still in pretty rough condition, but stabilized currently.
So,
All right. Harrison seems to be a little better off than Marlon. I'm gonna drag Marlon onto the elevator. We got to get them to the hospital. I'll head over to Marlon and start dragging him carefully onto the elevator.
Okay. And Honores will help you try to get them. We'll say Bobo comes down and starts pulling everyone outside. At this point, I would say during, well, I don't want to say day, but the earlier part of the day, which is still nighttime because of the lunar reckoning, you guys go outside of Bishop Square and you hear a strange noise. You hear like rubber along the like stony path along Main Street. You hear this obnoxious sort of mechanical horn sound or pneumatic horn sound. And you look down or look at, like down the way, and you see these large lights heading in your guys' direction.
Is that a light heading in our direction?
Yep. Like a set of lights.
And I'm still unconscious right now, right?
Correct.
I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
okay,
it
so
would just be Norris
I'm-
and Victor.
Yeah, I'm just
Let's see
still out
this.
of it. Yeah.
Bobo, did you call someone?
No, I didn't call anyone. Should I?
It doesn't matter. I start waving down the what I would assume to be a vehicle coming our way.
Yeah, and you hear like the loud sound of like the "Auga" type horn. And they stop. Hey, mister, you friends there look like they're in trouble. You need a ride?
Can you get us to the hospital as quickly as possible?
Yeah, certainly. Throw them in.
I drag Marlon in first, laying him against the door, and then I'll help Honora's with Harrison.
Yeah, too easy, you guys. Get them up, kind of like throw them in the back. What would be like the trunk, which is just like a very small bed, like a truck would be or something. It has a little tailgate. Man, can you believe it? They finally got the shipment in from Vinewood. Man, these things are crazy. And he takes off, kills it the first time, and then starts out, well, you gotta get used to it. You know what I'm saying? And just floors it. Takes off. And you guys find yourselves at the hospital in like 2 minutes. Yo, your friend's gonna make it there? They look pretty rough.
Only one way to find out. I gotta get him inside. I
Yeah,
throw
yeah.
him $5.
Let me give you a hand. And he gets out and helps you guys carry him up the stairs, leads into the hospital. You carry him through. You walk by like a little security office that leads to the reception and a large lobby. And you see like a couple of nurses get up. Oh, what? Doctor, come quick. Someone grab a gurney. 2. And a group of people begin to just basically surround you and take over and kind of not physically, but in a roundabout way, kind of like push you out of the way so they can do their job. And kind of they just take Marlon and Harrison away on the gurneys and take them back through like these set of double doors that you see says like procedure room.
I'd imagine I'd walk over to a waiting area and just be pacing back and forth.
Damn that.
This is my fault.
All right, well, best of luck to yous.
Hey, thanks for your troubles, and I'll give him $5.
Hey man, don't worry about it. I'll see you around. I'm Jimmy, by the way. As this sort of short human, he's got like a dark gray and pinstripe fedora on, but his like jacket and undershirt are not as nice. But I mean, it's still pretty nice since he can. I mean, clearly he has the means to be able to afford a vehicle, or at least that's what you assume.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe I'll see you around. You guys from the Bishop Square, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'll come see you guys later.
Looking forward to it, Jimmy. Thanks again.
All right. Take it easy. And I'll say a couple hours go by, and you see like a physician and their assistant come out. Who brought these individuals in? Was it you?
Are they okay?
There's like a couple of people in the lobby kind of just sitting around.
Yeah, I immediately jump up. Are they okay?
Yeah, I think they'll be all right. They're still in critical condition, of course, but we'll be monitoring them over in the medical unit. They're in rooms 1 and 3. Feel free to go over there and see them. Probably give them a couple of hours at least so they can rest up. We had to put in quite a few stitchings. Pretty large lacerations. What were they? Somebody stabbed them with a sword.
I wish it were that simple, Doc.
Well, in any case, visiting hours are 8 to 8, so we'll give you updates when we can.
Thank you.
Wow, I was really worried there that I was going to actually have to just go like, hey guys, guess what? Character 2! Oh my god. That final death save roll, it had me on the edge of my seat. I was like, nah, no way that this is how I'm going to go out, like instantly like this, right? One hit? Really?
Yeah, I imagine,
Whoa.
Rowan is currently in his room, but he's locked up because of
Yeah.
typical reasons. Good thing Honorius came back, I guess.
Mhm. I would not have been able to say both. That is for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess possibly, realistically, Honorius would have just been down there with you guys already, but I don't know.
I was
He
already
maybe
prepared.
left, but
I was already like preparing to start to play out the scene of my final moments. I was like, guys. So I'm guessing I'm
My,
currently still unconscious in the hospital bed.
yeah, I'll say a couple hours go by.
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably like late afternoon at this point with everything that's gone on. Roughly dinner time. And you guys wake up to the smell of some hospital food. You're a nurse. They come in, tray sort of rattling with the. Oh, I'm sorry. Harrison, did you want to do this? Or...
Yeah.
You know all
So-
about this, right?
I would probably, as I start to come back into consciousness, I just feel this searing pain still in my chest from all of the puncture wounds that I had when that creature just destroyed me, just completely caught me off guard with a single swipe, and I'll gasp for air and I'll go, Victor, wait, hi. And I am currently just wide-eyed in my bed, holding the edges, in pain, confused, breathing heavily. And I'll stare at the nurse and I'll stare down at my chest, and I'll start to control my breathing as I, where? And I'll look around disoriented.
Yeah, waking up, definitely like feeling the remnants of the last morphine that you've received. You know, you're kind of like things are a little bit blurry. You hear things in echoes. You know.
Oh god. And I'll look over to the nurse and I'll try and barely audible. I'll try and go, where am I? Where? Well,
You're in the hospital.
hospital.
You're fine. We got you stitched up. Are you in any pain right now?
I am. Yes, these wounds, they're burning. They're
Let me get you something for the pain.
Please. Can I have please something to drink? I'll try and like recount what happened, like the feeling of me being dragged down into that dark void. All I am feeling right now is just pure fear and terror as I am starting to realize just how close I got to dying in that moment. And I'm still getting my bearings here in this hospital bed with the, like the hospital light coming down as I just woke up, being groggy from the morphine that I'm getting. As I'm like recounting in my head what happened. Because the last thing I remember is I was trying to protect Victor in this moment, holding these cards out, trying to muster up the courage to fend off this creature, and I just feel this motion of me being stabbed in multiple places, and I just look down, and the last thing that I remember is this feeling of sinking and just falling deeper down. And I start to settle in and I'm trying to calm my nerves here, just trying to realize that I'm still here. Somehow.
Yeah, after the recollection, the nurse comes in, gives you an injection. The echoes and the blurred vision goes back to maximum again as you receive a fresh dose of morphine. The nurse walks out. She's standing in the doorway, and you see and kind of hear like the faint echoing of a figure. You can't really see straight at this point, so everything's just kind of blurry, but you see someone a bit shorter walks up to the nurse. Yo, I heard Harrison's over here. Is this his room? Oh, wait. Yeah, I heard. Are you family? Of course. Well, brothers, we go way back.
In my groggy state, do I recognize the voice even despite me
You know for
currently?
sure
Yeah,
that it's Dellum.
it's Delim. Oh my god. Can I just, still being probably completely high off of this morphine, can I just try and attempt to like look over. Just
Yeah.
the faintest, like the faintest.
As you look over, he's already at your bedside. Don't worry, Harrison. I'm gonna take care of yous.
Tell him? Is that you?
Don't worry. Get some sleep. We'll talk later. And you kind of like fade out.
Ah. And I just fade to black again, yeah.
Marlon,
Huh?
you also begin to regain consciousness. Hear the clattering
I
of the
think I
cup.
was like 7.
Go ahead.
What did you say?
I was just saying that you hear like the clattering of a tray with like, cup with water and food. But you're also
Yeah.
a little groggy from, pain medicine and
Yeah, I kind of get up and just like rubbing his head. Oh. And they got me good. Is anybody in the room with me? As I'm looking around, I see the nurse coming in with the tray. Anybody else in the room?
anybody else go in. I don't know where Victor's at currently.
I DM'd you.
Oh. Man, missing all the DMs. Okay. It's just you and the nurse.
I look around. Is any of my stuff with me? Like my jacket or my vest or?
Yeah, you see like a paper bag that looks like it has all your belongings in the corner of the room.
Am I hooked up? Am I like got IVs or anything like that in
Yeah,
me? Or?
definitely. Yeah, both of you guys have IVs, just like fluids and pain medicine in one.
Like I start to sit up, and I like kind of get hung up. Can you hand me that bag over there, please?
Sure. As you sit up, roll a con save for me.
Oh gosh.
As you feel like a rush of the blood flow kind of shifts within your body and you get a little nauseous.
Con save. Okay.
Kill them. Kill them all.
And that was that a nat 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of
Nat
my audio files that I set up for the Nat 20s don't really, I need to make them a little bit more general. Or I guess they're more combat
I
specific.
thought it would have lit up green.
It's a little grim for a hospital situation.
Kill them all.
Wakes up, instantly grabs his gun. Okay.
No, he's just good. He's good.
Yeah, you kind of shake it off.
Kill them all.
You're good, for sure.
It feels like I've had a couple shots. It's
Yeah.
fine.
More than a couple. To say the least.
Sophia, you're driving me bonkers.
Hello?
Does she hand me my bag?
Yes, sorry. I got lost.
Oh, you're good. You're good. She hands me my bag, and as I'm like going through my bag, I'm trying to find my smokes. Is Harrison here? I find him. I start opening them up.
Yeah, the nurse like pulls a box, like a little pack of matches out and lights it for you.
I'll take a big drag off of it.
It hurts.
So Harrison, is he here? Came with me Is he okay?
You mean your friend? The rabbit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a couple rooms down. He's doing just about as good as you are, I guess.
I kind of wince as I like kind of turn to talk to her, and that hurt like hell. All right, well, that's good. Well, unhook me, and I just like hold my arm out to her that has the IV in it. And I
Oh,
tell her
sir,
to stick it out.
we can't. You just need to stay in bed.
I'm fine. I need to get. I've got things to take care of.
Well, she kind of looks around.
Another big
Just
drag.
hold on a minute. Let me get a chair. And she kind of runs out of the room and goes and finds a wheelchair.
I holler out. I say, "Victor!" Like yell out into the hallway.
There's no response. I'll say Harrison, though, you can kind of like fade in a little bit as you can hear like the faint echoing of Victor being yelled out.
Is Delim still there?
He is not.
Okay. Is there a nurse around? Maybe. Somewhere.
Not in your room currently.
Do I hear any other sounds? Anything? As I'm just fading in, trying to slowly regain my consciousness a little bit. Just anything.
Make a perception check for me.
I can do that. 13.
13. Just for a moment, you think that you heard the faint, like a faint cry out, or someone shouting, like screaming in pain.
Okay.
However, you like look again, you know, you would assume that it would be out of your door. But as you kind of like think about it and focus, you know, maybe the sound was bouncing off the walls, but it definitely sounded like you heard something beneath you,
Beneath me.
under your, like the wooden floor in your
Bed.
room, like under your bed.
Oh, I was like under my bed. I was like, nah, come on, chill out for a second. I was like, yo. So I'll listen to this sound, and can I attempt to maybe just sit upright in my bed? I'm assuming I'm still like lying down in like the 45-degree angle bed rest right now, just lying down like this. Can I just attempt to like try and get up?
Yeah, you sit up.
Where did he go? Why now? Out of all the times and places he could show up, he chooses now when I'm like this. Just kind of chuckle to myself, thinking it's kind of like a bad joke in a way that he would be the one to see me like this in this state. For me, it's like an inside joke at this point. Can I really focus back in on what I was feeling as I was like sinking in that I guess, sludge-like liquid. I guess I'm trying to like think about did I feel anything, hear anything, sense anything while I was in that state so close to me passing away?
You just remember the last seconds after you were essentially stabbed and impaled. As you were like mid blacking out, you like the level of your vision was just descending below as you were pulled underground. It was weird because you didn't feel or meet resistance. It was like you were just going through a wall, and then all of a sudden you could feel everything after you reached complete darkness. As you were fully submerged, you could feel the pressure of the dirt all around you. You weren't able to budge or move or even breathe.
Can I attempt to go to Marlin's room? Just
Yeah.
can I
Where's
at least attempt to walk out into the hallway to see if I can look around for his room?
Yeah, I imagine you come like limping out with the IV pole, and you see Marlin like out in a wheelchair.
I'll limp towards him, still probably looking a little bit worse for wear. And I'll kind of, with like a bit of a dry, grating voice, I'll try and shout out to him like, Marlin!
What is with
Okay.
you guys? If you want to get up, just let us know. Let me get you a chair. God's sakes.
Yeah, I'm just getting wheeled around in a wheelchair, smoking a cigarette.
Oh. Yeah, I'll like lean on my IV pole and I'll
Kind of
just
wave to you.
go,
They'll get you a chair. They'll push you around. They're pretty nice about it.
They bring you a chair, and then they just like push you guys into like the middle of the hall next to each other and walk away.
I just like, I'm imagining this like when you go to like a doctor's appointment where you like sit in the hall for a checkup, you just sit next to each other like, so how's your day? Hmm.
I could like roll myself. I feel like I could probably roll myself if I needed to. I feel like Harrison probably could too.
Yeah.
And so I like look up to the nurses, but like pushing us, and I'm like, hey, could y'all leave us alone for a second? Just we'll holler for you. Just go on.
Yeah. Just holler if you need us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stay in your
How's
chairs.
it going, buddy? What'd you say?
Stay in your chairs. Like one last
Stay in your
thing before they
chairs.
walk off.
No. The moment they leave, I instantly get it. Just
Oh,
like
why? Why? I kind of like roll mine back and forth a little bit. Why? Why? Yeah, it's kind of nice, really. Do a little spin around.
I'm still very, very tired, very groggy, but I'll look towards you and I'll go, I'm still alive.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was.
You know, I really thought I was done there for a good second.
Where did you where did you go? I never saw the last thing I saw was the creature, I guess, stab you and then disappear into the ground.
I just remember the feeling of those claws just piercing through me, and it started dragging me down, and I started. I guess it was almost like I was floating down, and then suddenly I was stuck. I was just stuck deep in the ground, and I couldn't do anything, and I was just fading. Marlin, I really think if they waited for a few seconds longer, I would have died, Marlin. I would have been gone.
Yeah. Victor saved my life too. It's my fault. I missed.
No, it's my
Miss.
fault. This entire situation is my fault. I'll start like
No.
holding my head.
How would it be? How would it be your fault?
Uh,
Victor got.
Look
I
at
don't
what
know.
I've been doing for this group. It's been nothing but just bad choices so far. Look at what's happened so far. I mean, Norgafar died. I didn't really conduct any type of investigation. I got this stupid plan in my head that I wanted to break into his apartment. I dragged Victor along for it. Victor almost died because of my choice. Then we came back, and this whole situation started because of me. I'm the one that caused this, not you. Not Victor. Victor can't help it. This is my fault. I did this. I don't know if I'm still cut out for this, to be honest.
Durgar? Is that the guy's name at the? Was that the guy's name at the table that got shot?
Norgafar.
Norgathar. Did you? Whoa! Wait! Takes another big drag off of his cigarette. You didn't shoot Norgathar. You didn't shoot Victor. It's my understanding that you found out where Damien's son was. That's why we have you around. You figure out things. You're smart. But I don't see you having any blame for any of this. No one's blaming you for any of this. And also, Norgathar was not a member of the group. Let's be honest.
I understand that. It's just these. You say that I'm the smart one of the group, but up until now, I've been the one making these decisions that have had consequences for anybody but myself, and now it seems to have caught up to me. I let me say it like this: if I was younger, if I was how I was back when I was still in the SCA, back when I was still working for the association I was working in back in Sink City, I would have fired myself on the spot.
Well, I hate that you have such a. Maybe you're having a hard time seeing your your good points. I mean, I don't think that if you ask anyone in the group, they wouldn't say that you had caused any harm at all. This is all you investigate and find us answers, and we're along for the ride. But don't blame yourself. None of this is your fault.
As he's saying this, I'm just looking down, staring at my hands, at the rings on my hands. I'm just kind of like twirling the rings around on my finger, and I just give a little nod. I hope you're right. I have to trust that you're right. And I
Your
hope you're
time
okay.
there in the sink, there,
Mhm.
I was in the sink for a while as well. There's a lot of
You were?
bad things happen there. Yeah. When I was younger.
You make it sound like I'm the young one here. But what was your time like? I lived there for a very long time as well. I worked there for an incredibly long time. Do you mind telling me some of it?
Oh yeah. Well, we started here. Had a general store here for years. Very successful. The same place that the general store is now. And then my father decided that there was more money to be made in Sink City. So we went there, and
You mean
it was good.
Vinewood?
Yeah, I
Vinewood?
lived in. I lived here until up until I think we moved when I was 10 years old, and we moved to Sink City.
Oh, so you lived in Vinewood before, and then you moved
Yeah.
to. I see.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we had the general store. The location that still is, that was our store. We built it, and that's where I spent most of my childhood. Then we moved to Sink City because father said it was a good idea, and it was for a while until it wasn't, and we moved back.
Is he still, if you don't mind me asking, is he still in the city? I mean, you live with your
No,
uncle here, right? So
he's buried here, but he died in Sink City.
I see. I'm sorry for that.
It's been a long time.
Well, that might have been, but take it from me, those old scars can still hurt.
But
Sometimes.
well, a lot of lessons to be learned. But while we were there, when I heard that you were from Sink City, I knew that it's not like Vinewood. Well, it is now.
It was
Now
not.
there's all kinds of crime and bad things happening in Vinewood now, but Sink City's always been that way. So I knew that your experience was. I knew that you had a lot of experience when I found out that that's where you were sanctioned.
Well, yeah. Let's be real. Sink City it was and it still is a crime-filled hole of gangs and violence and just terrible deeds. And yet I still have fond memories. I still have family that lives there, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't help but just, despite all of the flaws of that city, I can't help but still be attracted to going back to it.
No, I can't say the same, but I don't have family there either. So My family's here. Well, it's just Bobo now. And you know Bobo. Everyone loves Bobo.
He's kind. He's I'll say that I'm happy that you have him. If anything. Though I have to say I am not surprised. Just I expected you to talk about your father, and I kind of figured that he was either deceased or still living in the city. But hearing it from you and hearing that it is true, that my suspicions were right, I'm sorry.
See, and these kind of skills is why we need to keep you around. But yeah, he got involved with some shady players in Sink City. All over money, of course. I don't know exactly what happened. I remember the bad parts well. Oh shit. And I ashed my cigarette that's like burnt halfway down.
On your finger.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys need some water? Oh, I think you had a friend in the lobby. They wrote a note for both of you guys. Thought that was kind of weird, but here you go anyway.
I'll take it. Yeah.
And it's a note from Victor, and it says that he left the hospital, and says sorry for the trouble. See you again soon.
Well, now I at least know that he's alright as well. I'm glad he didn't get hurt. I was worried, when we were fighting that thing that he was going to die as well. I just let out this really, really big sigh as all of the stress of this past night just.
It hurts to sigh.
I start coughing as well as I do that, but I all of the stress that I've been feeling, all of those pent up emotions, they just kind of come crashing down, and I can't help but just look down a bit teary eyed.
Yeah. I think there's where we'll pan over. Where is Victor headed to?
Victor's kind of just wandering the streets right now, completely blaming himself for this situation.
Why are we laughing?
I saw the post on Discord.
Sorry. I'm sorry, that was just too perfect not to
I was like, wait, I kind of chuckled. I didn't see the post yet, but then I was like, oh, wait. And then Victor started laughing, and I was like, uh-oh, what's happening here? But didn't ruin a moment. We get it. We get it.
Just walks into a store and goes to buy a new jacket. I can't believe I put them in jeopardy like this. I knew it'd be back soon enough.
You open the door, the bell rings, like jingles as the door hits it. Afternoon. Looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, I just needed a new trench coat. My last one kind of got ruined.
Yeah, we got trench coats along the back wall over there.
Start looking through. Trying to find one. A black one with some red stitching.
Yeah, you see plenty of variations. I mean, depending on the material, you see some from anywhere from like 30 to like $300. But, after rummaging through, you're able to find one that suits what you're looking for.
How much for this one, boss?
Mm,
Just one of the cheaper end ones.
$40.
Here you go. Thanks for your time.
You want a bag or receipt?
I'll take the receipt, but I'll get it out.
It kind of like hand writes you a receipt.
Sorry.
That's good for 30 days. But looks like it'll fit you just nice. So
Thank you.
tell your friends about me. Have a good one. Which I'm gonna say that you went to like the 3rd Street Mercantile. It's just like a general store that has random things. This one more specifically to clothes as opposed to like the Smith's General Store in the center of town.
As I leave the store, I kind of put my collar up and just start wandering the street, continuing to walk in whatever direction I feel.
Yeah, as you're walking along, it's getting pretty close to what would be night. Dinner's passed. You've been kind of making your way through town. You see the sort of orange glow from the street lamps, and you see a few more cars coming and going on some of the main streets. And you hear like laughing coming from the cabins. They drive pretty unsafely by. Some people like running and hitting things, and you see some of the ambulant sort of authority trying to chase people down, since it doesn't appear that they have vehicles of their own yet. You can hear as you're walking along, the sort of night crowd begins to come out. People are going in, taking their work clothes off, and coming out with some party attire for the late nighters. People are making their way to their favorite bars. You can start to smell like the food, dinners from various restaurants, and like the heavy smoke of people standing in groups on the corners of streets smoking their cigars, and some people have pipes, but mostly just groups of people in like trench coats and sort of flapper dresses.
I guess I'll make my way down back to the Devil's Den.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a quick question.
Going in alone?
I was gonna say, like, quick question here. Are you like actively trying to make a new character, or
I mean, you killed the other guy, right?
I mean, I haven't killed anyone.
You shot like 4 of his henchmen.
Yeah, his henchman.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, you didn't hit him, but
There was no one that escaped, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't kill anyone. I shot 4 of them down. Or like 3 or 4 of them, maybe. I don't know.
All right, you make your way into the Devil's Den, and you see, like the familiar hobgoblin kind of standing on the corner, like just outside the door, a little bit more vigilant, patting people down as you see one person walks in. They go from leg to leg and all the way up, spin them around, kind of physically handle them a little bit. Kind of grunt and point into the door, and you see them walk in and kind of walk by some of the tables through the open windows.
Damien in today.
Yeah, he's in. He's not in a good mood. As like immediately after, what the fuck? And you hear multiple glasses thrown and shattered. I'll kill him! I'll kill them all! Where is he? You sure you want to see him?
No, just leave him a message for me. Let him know that if he needs a hired gun, I'm available.
Yeah, I'll pass it along.
I'll continue. I'll walk by, start walking down the street, as far away from Bishop Square as I can get.
Absolutely. What direction do you head in? So you're pretty well on the northern part of town. So do you just keep walking like out of the city or town?
I'll make a stop at Curly's Barbecue up north, and then
Oh yeah.
and then I'll leave town for now.
Hey, my guy, what you want? Anything special?
You know, I hear you got some legendary pulled pork over here.
That's right. Try some yourself.
All right, I'll take it.
All right, better be $3.
Here you go, boss. You stay safe out here now.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. You've had pulled pork before, but it's got just the right seasoning.
Dang, they weren't kidding when they said this place was the best.
Yeah, you continue along, and definitely a belly full for $3. So, and you just continue heading north out of town.
Yep.
Right. All right, Curly's Barbecue, just that, and yeah, it looks like you across the way from Curly's is the Herbotonics store. You continue to walk out, and you notice that the finer sort of cobblestone-like roads within Vinewood start fading into decently maintained dirt roads. And as you look out over the night, you can see the moonlight shining down on these sort of rolling hills off to the north. In the east, the hills are even larger. The geographical feature of the rolling moss mounds is vinewood borders. But the hills just ahead of you are definitely tapered off a little bit softer. And you know that there's a bunch of, like a series of farmlands out here that different owners know, but you do know that you would know for sure that quite a few of the farmlands out here are owned by Barty Bonsum.
Sorry.
You good?
Daughter's trying to fall asleep, so I had to get the light. But I look back over my shoulder at the city. Don't worry, guys. I'll see you again soon. And I'll walk towards the first farmland that I can find and see if I can find the owner.
Yeah, it's a little bit later, but you do see one of the smaller farms, like one of the first ones coming out. You see like a small house sort of adjacent to one of the paths that leads off next to the large rice fields. The cabin you can see is dimly lit inside still, probably having dinner. You can see one person sort of on a rocking chair out on the front porch and just kind of watching as you approach.
Put up a hand. Hey, sorry to bother y'all this late at night. I need a place to crash for just a night. I'm willing to pay.
Kind of looks over as like a woman comes out of the door, see what's going on. Yeah, they kind of look at each other for a second. Yeah, I don't see why not. We got a spare room in the back. It's not the nicest, but it'll be good enough to sleep at least.
I appreciate your hospitality.
We got supper on if you're hungry.
Oh, I just ate, but thank you. Is there
I could-
anything I can do to help you while I'm here?
Well, it is harder getting around these days, as old as I am. Could use a little muscle. If you're willing.
Absolutely.
Just around back here. And just kind of like loading different like various farm equipment that's been laid out and just transitioning it to a shed that's kind of off the way and just basic things that don't really require too much, but it's definitely helpful for the old bones, you know.
Yeah.
What was your name again, young man?
James.
Nice to meet you, James. I'm Sam.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
Well, looks like that's about it. Just between you and me, Not expecting any trouble this evening, are we?
I think my troubles are behind me for a while.
Well, just remember, hope you're not trying to run away from them. Trust me, it never works. Anyways, I'm just an old man. What do I know?
I
And,
appreciate the piece of wisdom.
Well, we'll see you in the morning. He hands you like a lantern and like a few like blankets to lay over like this sort of straw bed that's in the back. Well, we'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. Have a good night.
Same to you. And camera sort of like pans to the front of the house, and moments later you see the light go out. And that's where we'll pick up.